In part 1 of our ESOP series, we discussed what ESOPs are and why they are valuable. We also broke down key terms with a practical example.
Now we'll see how ESOPs are granted over a period of time and the minimum duration before which, if you leave the startup, you won't get any ESOPs. Let's get started. ESOPs are never granted in one go, simply because the employee can theoretically resign and take their ESOPs after working for a few months only. That is why there is a concept called a vesting period. Startups want to retain their talented employees, so instead of granting all the ESOPs upfront, these are vested or spread over a period of time in future as an incentive for employees to continue working with them. ESOPs are vested yearly or quarterly, and the total vesting period in India is usually around 4 years. Of course, your ESOPs will continue to vest only for the time you're working in the startup. So if you leave the job in say 2 years, you will get the ESOPs for those 2 years and the other ESOPs will lapse. Continuing from the previous example, if you're granted 5,000 ESOPs and the startup follows a yearly vesting schedule for 4 years, then you will receive 1,250 ESOPs at the end of each year for 4 years instead of receiving 5,000 ESOPs upfront. This is a little impractical as employees may leave mid-year, so most startups follow a quarterly vesting, and in that case, that yearly vesting of 1,250 ESOPs is then further divided into 312 ESOPs every 3 months and 314 ESOPs granted at the end of the year because, well, ESOPs are granted in whole numbers and hence the adjustment. Alright, so does that mean you will receive some ESOPs after the first quarter of joining the startup itself? Not really, because the company wants to grant its valuable stock options only to those people who spend at least some minimum time working with them. And hence there is this concept called the cliff duration, or simply a cliff, which ensures people work for a while before they get the ESOPs. This is the minimum time period you need to work with the startup to be eligible for the first set of ESOPs to be vested upon you. In India, startups usually have a 1-year cliff. Put very simply, if you leave your job with the startup before the completion of 1 year, you won't be granted any ESOPs. In our example, you won't get anything for the first year, and at the end of the 12th month, your 1,250 ESOPs will get vested. Going forward, you will have 312 ESOPs vested every 3 months for the next 3 years in case of the quarterly vesting. So now you know the value and the number of ESOPs you will potentially receive and the period it will take to receive them. Up next, we'll look at the process of finally realizing gains from these ESOPs and the taxation on them.
Hit the subscribe button if you're interested in learning more about ESOPs. We're releasing part 3 of our series next week.